All right, this is a quick tutorial of the Trainerize app. Before we dive into the app itself, let's go into your phone settings if you haven't already. Click notifications, find the fitness app, and allow notifications. That's going to be really helpful as we go on this journey. Okay, now we're going to open up the app itself, and it will open up to this dashboard. We'll get into that in a second. As another first step in the app itself, we're going to go over to the bottom right corner of the screen, click on More, scroll down. This is where you can change information in your profile. This is where you can connect other apps or devices that you have. But what I want to really show you is this. Go into notifications. I recommend turning on notifications for all of these things, but at bare minimum, click New Private Messages and make sure that that's turned on, either in-app or in-app and email, just so that if I send you a message, you definitely see it. Okay, bottom of the screen, let's go back over to the dashboard. So the dash is going to give you a snapshot first at the top of what you are doing for that day, which I could then click on any of these tasks and see them in greater detail. It'll also show you your progress so far. So this is where if you're using another app for tracking your steps, that would be listed here. You can track your sleep, things like body weight, body fat, so on and so forth. I could click on any of these tiles and open them for more information. It'll also show you your achievements, which Trainerize tracks for you. So that's great. Okay, down in the bottom right corner of the screen, click on the circle with my face in it. And this is going to open up our private direct message together. This is where I'm going to be sending you basically messages on the daily. So be sure that you are coming back here. And this is where you can send me any questions that you have, or if you're not sure if you're doing an exercise right, video yourself doing it. Send me a video through this message platform. You can also send me pictures or attachments, and I'll do the same for you. All right, let's exit out of here. At the bottom of the screen, click on Program. So your program is going to be a summary of what we're focusing on at this point in our program together. Up at the top, you'll see goals and habits that we'll be setting together. You'll see any nutrition guidelines. So if I were to click on this, it would open up my nutrition guidelines as a PDF. And I'll also see a description of my training program. So our program is broken up into smaller 2-week phases. And every 2 weeks, things change a little bit. So this is going to give us a description of the 2 weeks that we are in right now. I highly recommend that you read this from the very beginning of every 2 weeks, because this does change and it's broken down really clearly so you know exactly what's expected of you, what your week looks like from a workout perspective. I try to answer questions like what your cardio is going to look like, what your rest days look like, so on and so forth. And if we keep scrolling, we're going to see a summary of the workouts that are set for these 2 weeks. These are not in order or by day. It's just literally listing the workouts that you are going to do over these next 2 weeks. Now, I'm also going to see these more clearly in the calendar page. So down at the bottom menu, click that middle icon for calendar. This is going to show you on a day-by-day basis what your tasks are. So we can see that today is Friday. I've got 2 tasks. I've got to do my workout, which is my base weeks 1 to 2, full body number 1. And I've also got a habit that I'm going to be focusing on to eat until 80% full. So let's say that I want to do that one. Okay, it's saying a little description here. I could watch this video and see what they mean. We're going to be talking about your habits together too, so you'll know what to expect with this. But let's say that I've completed this habit. I'll click complete. I get a little thumbs up, cool. And Trainerize will have me on a streak if I continue with these habits, which is always fun. Okay, you'll see anytime you've completed something that on the left side of the screen, that little circle will fill in with a check mark, so you'll know that you've completed that for the day. Before we dive into the workout, I want to show you a couple other things that you may see on your daily calendar. One thing that you might see is not just a workout, but actually educational lessons that I'll put in, and I'll make sure that you see them there. You know, on Friday, maybe there'll be an educational lesson for you on something like mindset or a new habit or nutrition or something about exercise. You'll see that listed. And so just for anything that's listed for the day that we are currently on, make sure you open it up and see what it is, or it's going to be a workout, and make sure you open it up and see your workout so you can complete it. couple other things that you will see here on the calendar are your taking progress photos. So we can see that that's listed here for Saturday, and tracking body stats. Let's say, they'll be scheduled in for Saturdays, but let's just say that tomorrow I'm going to be out of town. So I want to move these things around. I mention this because everything in your calendar is movable and you can move these things. So let's say, for example, that tomorrow I'm going out of town. I need to do my progress pics and track my body stats today instead. I'd click on that task, and up at the top right corner, I'd click the vertical ... and I could move it to any other day on my calendar. I'll move mine to today, exit out in the top left, and I'll do the same thing for my progress photos. I'll move those to today as well. And that way you have autonomy over what you're doing each day and you can make it work for you. Of course, if you're going to make big changes to the workout schedule, let me know, because there is a method to the madness, but this is just, if you're moving little things around to make it all fit into your schedule. Okay, so now we've got it on Friday. Let's say that I'm ready to track my body stats. I click there, click track, and we're going to be tracking at least 3 things together, minimum. First is body weight. I'm just going to enter in my most recent body weight just as a sample. The other things we'll measure at minimum are our waist and our hip circumference measures. So waist and hip circumference measures, you would use the measuring tape to do. You could also do all of these other body landmarks as well, but at minimum, you're going to do waist and hips. And then, of course, body weight. If you have a device that measures body fat percentage, as another example, you could enter that here. Not too worried about getting everything like that in though, guys. Just make sure waist, hips, and body weight at minimum are done. When you have completed those measurements, you'll click save, exit out, and here we go. We'll see, perfect. We've got everything confirmed. We've got my most recent weight added in. That's great. Now let's go into take progress photos. So I'm going to add photos. It'll give me a description of how I should be doing my photos. I could either choose to take the photos now in the app and it'll actually have a cool grid so I know kind of how to position myself, or I could pick a photo from, or set of photos, because it's multiple angles, from my camera roll if I took them previously earlier on today and now need to upload them. Okay, so let's say that that's done. Last thing we want to do here is make sure that we get in that workout. It's our last task for today. So I clicked on the workout and opened it up, and first thing I'm going to see is a description with the instructions. So it's going to tell me the type of workout that we're doing. It's going to give me the duration, 44 minutes, and then it gives me the instructions. Again, read these. This is written out for each workout. It's going to give you that full breakdown of what you're doing, what you can expect, what you should do if the workout is too long for you for that day. Really detailed stuff here. So give that a read before you start. And I actually recommend that if you've got the time the night before your workout, or before you actually start the workout itself, read through this and then see what you're going to actually be doing in the workout. This will break down each exercise, how long you're doing the exercises, tell you when you're resting, and all of that. And the reason why this is so helpful, especially in the beginning, is because a lot of these exercises may be new to you, right? So if you click on them, then you can see ahead of time, I don't know how to do a body weight split squat. Okay, so let me see what this exercise is, and you can watch that video. You can turn it horizontal to make it bigger. Some of the videos will have me verbally explaining the exercises. Others will just show the exercise and give a written description below the name of the exercise. So you'll have that description to follow, either verbally or written. And that's going to be here in this page when you're looking through to prep for the workout. Now, a couple things to keep in mind as far as terminology go. Up here, you'll see the word superset, and you're going to see that a lot. Superset refers to a group of exercises performed back to back with minimal to no rest between individual exercises. You will rest after you've performed a certain number of rounds of the exercises. So in this case, we're going to do the warm-up. It's a superset. So the warm-up exercises are grouped together in a superset of 1 set, which you can see up at the top there. 1 set means 1 round. So we're going to do all these exercises 1 time through. And each exercise, as you can see on the right-hand side, is going to be 30 seconds a piece. At the end of our 1 round, we'll rest for 30 seconds, gather ourselves, and then we'll move on to our next 2 exercises, which will be a superset of 3 sets. So this is 2 exercises performed back to back for 3 total rounds. After we've done all of that, we'll do more rest, and then we'll move on to the next superset of exercises. And you can see how everything's broken down here very similarly. You'll get very familiar with this structure. You will see some transitions that actually have a little video preview. This one says, rest 30 seconds, hits coming up next. That's just something cute that I wanted to add in there as a little preview of basically the finisher at the end of the exercise, so you can mentally prepare yourself for the last little bit of the HIIT workout at the end of this. And then you finish with static stretches. Okay, so we've previewed the workout. Maybe you've clicked on these exercises so that you feel prepared and confident with what's to come. Now let's start the workout. So we're going to click start now. This is like when
10,
you are
9,
ready, you've got
8,
your water
7,
ready, you've got your
6,
workout clothes on.
5, 4,
it's actually going to
3,
count us down
2,
and time the entire
1.
workout out.
Start. Cat-cow
Here we go.
dynamic stretch. Core.
So you will see in the middle of the screen is the timer. It's going to count us down for the duration of time for each exercise. But let's say in this example, you forgot to look at the cat-cow beforehand, and
Workout
you know what?
paused.
You forgot what it is. You can pause this exercise and then play the video to get that visual demonstration of it. Okay, that's what the cat-cow was. Let's go back and continue to play this exercise. All right, you're performing the cat-cow next, and you're off to the races. A couple other things to see on this page. You will see a preview of the next exercise. So we know we have dynamic kneeling thoracic rotations
2,
coming up next.
1. Dynamic kneeling thoracic
right side
rotations.
Only, so you know which side to focus on. Then down at the bottom of the screen with that kind of gray background, you're going to see how much time you have remaining in this workout and how much you have completed thus far. You can always stop the workout, pause the workout, or go forward or back to the next exercise. So let's say that we're ready to go. We're going to go to the next
dynamic
exercise.
Kneeling thoracic rotations.
See how it goes to the next one right away. If I wanted to stop and open up Spotify, then I could pause
Workout
this,
pause.
open Spotify. Spotify will play in the background when the person here talks, and you can hear her counting down for you. Spotify will fade out, and then it will fade back in when there's no one talking.
Resuming workout.
Okay, cool. So I just want to give you an idea
Dynamic
of what this is going to continue to look like.
Body weight split squat.
Through here.
Body weight station. Body weight
This is all still
jumping
the warm-up.
rest.
And then when you have rest, you can see it right here up on the screen. It's timed out for you.
Squat with band
Then
above
we'll go
knees
into the
LB.
next. This is our first back-to-back superset of 2 exercises performed back-to-back without rest
Hip bridge
between.
with band on knees LB.
Boom.
Squat with band
Go
above.
right back
Hip
into
bridge
it.
with
So we're performing
squat with
this for 3
hip bridge with
rounds.
rest.
And then we'll rest. And now we're going to get ready for our next new exercise, which you can see in the middle is that single arm bent over row. This is a perfect time to grab a drink of water, wipe off that sweat, and I think you get the idea, right? I'm
Single
just gonna fast forward
single
through this
arm
whole
bent
thing.
over row.
Let's
half
pretend like
single
you've done
arm
everything.
single arm
Boom, boom,
half
boom.
mod
This
single
looks
arm
awesome.
single half mod
Cool.
rest.
I've taken my rest.
Deadlift
You
with
can see
band
how
above
it's
knees
growing down at
bent
the
arm
bottom. We're
band
getting
opener
closer to the
UB.
end. And if you, for example,
Banded double
need
leg
to
heel
fast
drop.
forward because
Core.
you're running low on time, you would do exactly what I'm doing, right?
Deadlift with band above knees
Maybe you would
LB.
just skip ahead, or you would read the instructions to see that if
Bent
you
arm
need to
band
skip ahead
opener
and not
UB.
spend as much time on this workout,
Banded double
I think
leg
it
heel
says that
drop.
you can do
Core.
fewer rounds of the HIIT, which is coming up
Deadlift
here.
bent arm band opener UB.
We're getting
Banded
close to the end.
rest
Here we
30
go. Okay.
SEC.
So this
Hit
is
high
the last
coming up next.
kind of section of the workout before we get into the stretches. It'll tell you that we've got HIIT coming up next. We've got about 20 seconds until that time. Cool. We're going to go in.
Side lunge to cross knee drop.
Take a
Rest.
rest.
Side lunge to cross
on
knee.
and so forth.
Rest. Body weight squat. Rest.
So I'll
Side lu-
expect that you're
rest.
just kind of,
Side lunge to
following
cross
this
knee
along
drive LB
and,
plus cardio.
listening to the or reading the instructions ahead of time so that you know what to expect as far as the workout goes, and if you need to make the workout shorter, you will know how to do that. But even if you do need to make the
Rest.
workout shorter, you
Body
can always
weight
just
squat.
continue
Rest.
to
Side.
fast forward
Rest. Side.
all the
Rest.
way to the end.
Body. Rest. Low lunge. Low. Wall chest static stretch.
Cool. We got to the stretches.
Wall. End of workout.
Okay, so at the end of the workout, it's going to close out that timer screen. And this is where you can add any stats from the workout. Now, because we're using time, I'm not expecting you to enter in your reps for this workout or the weight that you're lifting. You can keep track of that separately if you would like to. Since I know that many of you are working out from home, you may only have a couple sets of dumbbells, so it's not essential to know exactly how much you're lifting for those. It's really easy to remember that. But this is where you can enter that information in, like how many reps did you truly do? How much weight did you truly lift? And you can just edit that here. Again, not expecting you to do that for this. What I am expecting is that you are moving for the duration of time for each exercise. Even if you're moving slowly, you are moving through for the duration of each exercise that I have assigned. Okay, we got to this end screen. Now, super important, make sure that you save this top right corner of the screen. Once you save it, you'll be able to rate it. Tell me how hard it is. That's important. And then you can also leave me a comment. So you might comment like, this workout was great, but I had to skip the HIIT because I, had to run out or whatever, ran out of time. Or maybe something was causing a little bit of knee pain or whatever it is. Like, let me know. I love the feedback. It helps me to make sure that this workout is appropriate for you. So any feedback that you have, whether good or bad, is helpful to have here. And then once you're done leaving that comment, click done. Boom. Okay, we're done. Okay, we've got 2 more things to add to this little tutorial. I'm going to exit out. We can see that this is now done on our day. One more thing here. If we had not done the workout yet, and we wanted to instead go through each exercise using your own timer, like a clock in your home, what you could also do, rather than clicking start now and not wanting to use the timer that's built into this app, is just click on each exercise, watch it, perform it for the 30 seconds using your own timer, and go through everything like that. Be mindful of how many rounds you need to do of everything, right? And then mark it as complete. It'll let you track your stats if you want to. Save it, do the same thing, leave me a comment, and done. Some folks prefer to use the in-app timer, which would be the Start Now feature. Others like to use their own timers. So you have both options. That's totally okay. The last thing that I want to show you here is what if you do more? What if you do a walk? And I do recommend walking regularly. So how can you add that into your calendar? Click on the little plus sign down at the bottom of the screen. And this is where you can add in any other activities that you do, like walking, or, maybe you had to skip a workout because of something that happened, but you instead did another activity. Like, you can totally add that information in. Again, any big changes to the schedule, just let me know, because there is a method behind this, but you can come in here and you can add other things. And as we mentioned, you can reschedule things and move them around as well. All right, I know that was a lot. If you've got questions, just let me know. This will become second nature to you. It will get really easy to follow, but any questions, feel free to shoot me a message through that messenger page in the app, and let's get